Mel and I just got back from a trip to Germany where we got to see our cousin get married.
To be clear, this was not some insane destination wedding. We are actually half German.
Our mother is from Germany and our dad is from Puerto Rico. Another story for another time.
We had a great time. We hiked up to a legit dragon castle. It was literally called the Dragon Castle.
Ate amazing food. We saw Beethoven's house. Ate more amazing food.
And of course, witnessed our cousin marry the love of his life.
All the food! We hadn't been back to Germany in 16 years. The last time we were there, we were 9 and 11. So yeah, it was time. Hey, plane tickets are expensive.
Going back made us think of one particular memory during our first trip to Germany.
The first trip we could remember, at least.
I was 9 and Viv was 7. Our mom and aunt decided to take us walking through the local woods.
To give some context, my mom grew up in a small town known as Hammerspand, which was located within the province of Eifel.
Basically, if you look at a map of Germany near the border of Luxembourg, the Eifel is here, and our mom grew up right about here.
Back to the story.
So we walked through the forest and saw a red squirrel, a fox, and a couple of deer. Viv kept looking for fairies but didn't find any.
That we know of. One cool fact about where my mom grew up is that it was near the 7 hills the Grimm's brothers gathered the stories of Snow White and the 7 dwarves. If fairies lived anywhere, it would be there, and I would be the one to find them.
Yeah, she spent most of her time in that forest looking under moss and tree trunks and leaving candy where she suspected fairies lived.
Wasted a lot of perfectly good candy on those ungrateful fairies.
After an hour of wandering in the woods, we came to this small clearing and there was this playground of sorts.
No joke. There was one swing set with 2 different seats, a seesaw that was just a sawn-off tree trunk balanced on a metal beam, and a rusted merry-go-round. But we weren't picky. We played on it.
I don't even remember how we got onto the seesaw, but once we got on, we quickly realized what a mistake that was.
I got stuck up top, kicking my legs, while Mel tried to push herself up while sitting on a full-grown tree trunk. And when one of us managed to teeter the other, we would slam down against the only thing that could cushion our fall. A halved car tire.
We basically did this for 10 straight minutes.
Luckily, we managed to level the tree trunk enough for us to jump off and make a safe getaway.
Then we took our chances with the swing set.
It was a half-normal swing set. The first seat was normal, a bendy rubber seat, the kind you see on every stinking playground in America. The second seat, the one I sat in, was a medieval torture device.
I think it was actually meant for toddlers.
Which raises more questions. I was 7, so I was like, I can squeeze in here, no biggie. But the amount of fastenings, we'll call it, were extensive. My mom first had to pull a small bar over my head, and I had to strap each thigh with little plastic strappy things. Not gonna lie, there was a brief moment when I thought, this is a bit much for a swing.
Also, this swing set was at the top of what would be a ski slope in winter, but it was summer. So it was just a really steep, grassy slope.
I can confirm the steep part. We started swinging, not even worrying about the fact that this playground was most likely thrown together by a bunch of lazy lumberjacks. Once my swing had reached its maximum height, I suddenly felt very, very, very light. My swing had actually detached from the rest of the set, and I was flying through the air and down the slope. My thighs were still strapped into the toddler seat.
All I remember from this was a shadow pass over my face and seeing the confused yet happy look on my sister's face as she flew through the air, still wearing the swing.
My mom and my aunt watched in horror as I angled towards the sun. It was a magical moment, and it would have been even more magical if I kept flying, but I crashed and tumbled down the rest of the ski slope. When I came to a stop, I sat up, and the seat was still attached to my butt.
From my end, it was really surreal running with my mom and my aunt as we chased my sister, who was basically a ball of limbs, down the slope. It was then that I realized how steep the hill was and how dumb we were for trying out the swing set.
In the end, I was okay, just a few scrapes and nothing serious. Once the adrenaline wore off, we all had a very good laugh, and then they cut me out of the swing.
When we took a closer look at the swing, we realized the only thing keeping the swings attached to the seat were simple hooks. Not clasps, literally open-ended hooks, like Captain Hook hooks, you know.
I'm serious. This place looked like when Mr. Krabs built a playground out of garbage to make extra money.
And thus, we officially labeled that place the Playground of Doom. And I'm so glad we never ever tried the rusty merry-go-round that was there.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. We enjoyed making it, and it's one of our more favorite stories to tell about one of our trips from Germany. If you guys want to know what happened on our most recent trip, we'll definitely be making a video about that in the near future. Until then,
please like and subscribe if you want to see more of our content, and there'll be a link in the description for our Instagram that you can follow us there too if you would like.
Until next time.
Bye. Cut.